So today we're going to be installing some rear sets on the FZ07. They're just kind of known notoriously for having some really low pegs. So I got these from AMOTOPART. They're kind of known as a fairing company, but they had cheap rear sets for the FZ07. It was literally like $100. So we're going to be installing them today. So to start, we're going to remove the shifter. So I'm just going to remove this bolt here and this bolt, not remove, but loosen these two bolts. So I already kind of got them started. Both of them, we're just going to turn them that way. So it should be already started. They're already loose on my end. And so I'm just going to go ahead and take this off, and then I'll pick back up where I wiggle this off. So I went ahead and unscrewed that all the way. You basically just twist it, and then it should come out of this bottom piece here on your actual shifter. And our next part, we're going to take these two pieces off, this right here, and down here it's just a 6mm Allen key. So we're going to go ahead and unscrew that, and then this whole thing should just pull straight out. So I kind of skipped a few steps and just went ahead and mounted everything up. Just a preface to everything, you should probably always Loctite. I don't know if you can see, but I did put Loctite on all of, on here, on here, on here. I don't think these bolts are going to matter as much because they're actually into the bike. But always Loctite these, because if you buy rear sets, these will fall off all the time just because you can't torque them very tight. But yeah, so there's just two spacers that come with it. So I put the two little spacers here, you can see, because otherwise the pin right here that holds the OEM rear sets will block it. And then it's just these two bolts. I believe it's a 6mm, just tightening them up. But I'm just right now adjusting to see kind of what fits best on the bike before I fully tighten everything down. And just in general, don't tighten everything down until you kind of figure out what works, so you can have some wiggle room. So I kind of got them mounted up to my liking. The last part I'm going to do is I'm just putting the kick plates on. They're just these little open-ended bolts that screw in here on the top. And going over them, we're going to Loctite them and go ahead and put it down. I'm not exactly sure, but there are Allen keys, if my camera can focus. I'm not exactly sure what size. I think they're like about a 4mm Allen key. But we're going to go ahead and Loctite them and tighten them down. This is the hard side. I think it should still be fairly easy, but as you can see, there's these two bolts which will hold on the brake, the rear brake master cylinder. So we're going to have to remove these first, and then after this, we will be able to remove these. I believe this is a 5mm Allen, and these are 6. And we should be able to pull this straight off here, but we'll have to unhook where the brake attaches back in the back, and I believe the sensor for your brake light also unclips down here. So as you can see now, we undid the heel plate, so you can just see it's right here, but we do have the actual clip down here where the spring is, and there should also be just like another part where it has a tiny clip down here. So we're gonna go ahead and take off, like I said, these two with a 6mm Allen key. And once I do that, I'll kind of flip it around and show how to fully pull it off. Pulling around, you can see it's got the two springs clipped on there. I'm probably gonna have to put my phone down because I gotta use both hands, so I won't be able to video it. And on the back side here as well, there's a little clip. I don't know if you can see it in the back. Just a little clip here. And we're gonna have to pull this off the little pin and unclip the actual brake to go ahead and get the new rear set off. So mounting up this on the rear is kind of difficult. So it comes with this little piece, this little bracket for it on the new rear sets, but I did not use it. I just mounted up the old black little tab over here. So you can see I already got the top kind of started, and I was able to maneuver this enough so I could get the bottom in. And I'm gonna go ahead and put the back plate on just a little bit maybe, so I can tighten that up a little bit. And I'm gonna twist it around so I can put the springs in. As you can see right here, the springs are not in yet, but I'm gonna try to figure out how I can get them set up great. Just kind of have a loose little bit right here because it is kind of difficult to install with these aftermarket rear sets. So kind of a little bit of an update. I ended up getting the cotter pin in. I kind of had to squeeze. This bolt is quite long enough, so I squeezed the actual bottom part right here of the bolt, and then I stretched the spring out, and we were able to get it there. And I'm gonna have to kind of wiggle this over a little bit. I think it's okay now. We're gonna put that bolt in, and then we're gonna go ahead and mount up here with my two, you know, with this combo on both of these, and we should be pretty much set. I adjusted this to be the same height as the other side, and everything is already Loctited. We just got to put these bolts in, and that bolt in, and then the heel plate. So we ended up getting both of these bolts in, you know, the 216s with the little spacer right here, so it can clear the stock little bolt here. And this one I ended up using, we have like a little bit longer of a bolt to go in here. That way I could get it in the back, and then this one on the top, I just used like a little shorter one. But overall, it fits pretty good. The spring, like I said, is kind of stretched a little bit to make it fit, but other than that, it looks great.